What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Sofi stock. We're specifically going to be covering the fireside chat from Anthony Noto with Goldman Sachs, interviewing him. And guys, it was a super fireside chat, basically. I mean, this is some great information we got of the direction that SoFi is headed in, and we're going to break down that 1 hour long interview, trying to do it into like 10 to 15 minutes. So be sure to smash the like button if you enjoy any of this information. Be sure to drop a comment. What are your expectations on the market, guys? As you can see, today was a rough day inside of the market because they're talking about rate hikes again. Who would have thought? So it's just not going to stop, guys, until I guess inflation is officially under 2%. They're not going to stop hiking up the rate. So it looks like another one is bound to happen in the next 1 to 2 months because they were going to not do a rate hike this month, and now they're potentially talking about it's a possibility. So we got to wait on the CPI data. But also, if you find any of this information useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get the channel past 15,000 subscribers, and let's get into the video. All right, guys, really nothing to be too worried about today inside of the market. As you can see, everything was getting smoked. You got Peloton, Nikola, Pagaya, Pinterest, and Apple down 3.58 here, and Nvidia down 3%. So as you guys can see, I mean, the entire market had a pullback today. So we're going to get straight into the video. All right, guys. So we're going to be covering something Anthony Noto talked about inside of this interview fireside chat. And this was the NFL stadium. And guys, we know that we've been hearing it, since SoFi went public, that this was a bad idea. This is not going to pay off because you can see what has happened in the past. Look at this, guys. The stadium curse, naming deals gone bust. There's been so many companies to go bankrupt that have put their names on, stadiums, not specifically NFL, but, NHL, NBA, NFL, just all of them in general. So you can see, guys, I mean, this has been an occurring thing over the past couple of years. CMGI, construction cost, 300 million, 7.6 million a year. Air Canada, 1.5 million a year. Enron, the National Car Rental Center, 2.2 million. PSIN Stadium, 5 million. United Center, 1.8 million. I'm not too sure about that one. The Coliseum, 2 million a year. Trans World Dome, 1.3 million. City Field, 20 million a year. MCI Field, 2.2. So these are all companies that have basically went, bankrupt or bust, and the deal just completely backfired. I mean, the list just goes on. Out of all of those companies that I just listed, you can see SoFi is paying pretty high up on the top end of around 20 million. I think there was one other company with 20 million. So 625 million over 20 years. So this is an extremely high budget, but hey, this is in, LA, Los Angeles, with two NFL teams. And guys, from what Anthony Noto has said, this stadium is really starting to show its compound effect because some of the, brightest stars in America outside of the NFL, singers, pop stars, soccer, Olympics, have also found their way over to SoFi Stadium as, a bigger way to, grow their, their images, their brands, awareness, marketing. And basically, Anthony Noto was not expecting all of these compounding effects outside of the NFL. He bought this stadium for the NFL impressions of what they, previously did in marketing. They just thought that the NFL was where they were going to get their greatest return on impressions a full year. So basically, SoFi, Anthony Noto had no idea the stadium would be such an advantage outside of the NFL games. He specifically mentioned 6 shows of Taylor Swift. And if you guys look into that Taylor Swift concert going on, those 6 shows, it generated over $1 billion. So SoFi snagged tens and tens and tens of thousands of customers throughout that 6-day period. He specifically said that the flywheel is accelerating. Cross-buying is accelerating. That means the customer acquisition cost is going to continue to go down because everything is starting to develop at the perfect time because SoFi, after, the second NFL season, going into their third NFL season, you're starting to get that compounding effect. And he said the previous marketing, that they did with the NCAA, the NBA, professional tennis, only consisted of 15 million impressions per year on a $20 million budget. Okay, so think about that. Four different, there was another one too. I'm not sure what it was, but four professional sports giving them 15 million impressions when you branch them out separately. But now the NFL is bringing in 80 million impressions through just four of the prime time games. The Thursday night, the Monday night games on $20 million budget. And then you got the pluses, the Beyonce, the Taylor Swift, the Olympics, the Ed Sheeran. Anthony Noto was not anticipating this in 2020. He thought it was going to be a challenge to get these people to come over, and they're just, coming here left and right every single day. And, it's taken about 2 years for the stadium to, grow after the pandemic. And this is the third year, and it looks like the third year is firing. So, guys, 5 to 10 minutes of the fireside chat was about marketing, and the stadium is paying off. Okay, so it's just different from all of those things that you saw went bankrupt and bust on the stadiums. They just weren't, a business like a SoFi where you can trade, get a personal loan, invest, just track your overall finances day to day. It's so easy to get to. A lot of those other things are just stuff you got to go out in person. This is digital. So as soon as you see SoFi, as soon as you download the app, boom, you got the app. You're a customer. You can start getting products immediately. So this stuff, this type of business just works on an NFL stadium, and that's why you're seeing top line revenue and users just absolutely explode. And guys, I mean, we could potentially be seeing a new record for Q3. Maybe we break past 600,000 members. Let's find out. But as you can see, Anthony Noto was very excited. All right, guys, and of course, they were asking about student loans, and right now, Anthony Noto said they're seeing an uptick in applications on student loans happening now in Q3. So remember, the payments don't start for another 3 weeks, but you're already seeing those, customers from SoFi, those high-end customers, those high FICO scores, those people that are always, worried about their future. And they are starting to see an acceleration in, refinancing and student loans, applications, and stuff like that. So as you can see, SoFi is going after that 200 billion credit box after the, out of the 1.7 trillion. So the SoFi marketing is going right after the, customer that they want, that knows that they're not going to wait for a full year to start paying and interest accruing. Okay. So remember, guys, SoFi did say that it's going to take several quarters to get back to those Q4 2019 levels where, SoFi was at the all-time high on student loans. That was before the pandemic happened, 1 quarter after. But he also said, there's 40 million potential customers out there, and everyone talks about SoFi just being a student loan company. They've only had 1 million customers out of the 40 million. So guys, I mean, we need to get SoFi to 5 million in the next, 5 years of just pure student loans, okay? They need to take over this market and get this entire 200 billion TAM, okay? So understand, I mean, 1 million out of 40 million, that's absolutely nothing. This is the time for SoFi to just, get a part of their business back, get their top line going, get their bottom line going, and just grow profits and build their cash position, pay down their debt, and buy more acquisitions, okay? So this is a time to really go after those student loans. So student loans right now, guys, is warming up from what Anthony Noto has said on the fireside chat. And the last thing I want to talk about is Galileo, okay? He said Galileo, it took time for them to get these bigger, durable bank partners to start taking them seriously and start considering their products. And it looks like finally, after a lot of stagnant growth for the past year, to be honest, he said Q4, they should start seeing that uptick, guys. We're talking high teens growth. 16 to 19% growth potentially. That's going to get SoFi technology platform Galileo up into the 100 million revenue spot. Okay, as you can see, look, 83, 84, 85, just growing a million. We want to see that 13 million jump, and we might see a 13 million jump because he said in Q3 it's going to be pretty flat, 87, 88, 89 million. So we're going to start getting potentially some 10 million quarter over quarter jumps because some of these bigger players are going to be starting to use our technology platform, Technisys, LATAM customers are coming in, and maybe we start seeing that user growth accelerate. I think we're at 120 million. Hopefully, we start seeing an uptick to back to where we were, growing 7 to 10 million total members on Galileo platform per quarter. Okay, so the switch they did from smaller fintechs to bigger, durable, banking legacy partners potentially. We have to see. And you notice also talking about airlines and stuff like that. So guys, there's a lot of potential in Galileo, and it looks like 2024 may be the year. So we just need to give it one more quarter for potentially Galileo to start accelerating again in Q4, guys. High teens growth, that's what we want to see year over year specifically. And of course, guys, you got the basics that he covered inside of this video with deposits accelerating where they want them to be, 2 billion plus per quarter, coming over from the top 5 legacy banks. And they said those companies are just so big, they probably don't even understand that they're losing customers that want to see more innovation, more tech savvy, more investment platform, digital apps and stuff like that. And SoFi is just going to continue to steal that market share and hopefully continue to grow it faster. So guys, it looks like right now is what we want to see. We want to see marketing dollars put to work right when the NFL season is happening and right when these big, pop stars are performing, causing our customer acquisition costs to go down, causing us to have faster profits coming into our bottom line. Okay, so that customer acquisition cost, we really want to see it drop down 10, 20, 30, $40 per quarter potentially. And it looks like we may be looking at another record in Q3 for member growth, because the SoFi Stadium, even though you saw 20 other companies going bankrupt, this looks like a gold mine that Anthony Noto pulled off, because he expected it to do amazing with the impressions on the NFL, but he wasn't expecting basically getting double the marketing budget for free with the performances from the pop stars and other sporting events just happening day in and day out on their own. Okay, they don't even have to do this. LA SoFi Stadium, the money they put into it is just doing the work for SoFi, and this is a gold mine, and this is going to be a 20-year deal, guys. We got another 17 years, so we're looking good there. Everything is starting to pay off. We want to see profits, guys, and this is exactly what we need to see profits. Okay, student loan upticks happening. Galileo starting to have a Q4 potentially uptick as well. High teens growth. So if you find any of this information useful, be sure to smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment, and please subscribe to the channel. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.